Hello dear students. From this video onwards, we will learn context-free grammar. In short, called as CFG. Now basically this word or set of words, context-free grammar, can be explained only after few videos. I mean, what is the meaning of context and free? Which context we are talking about and what are we getting free over here? But then what we can see in first few videos is what do you mean by grammar? Trust me, I'll explain what is context and what is free as we proceed learning CFG in more and more videos. So what is grammar in general? Context free grammar is defined as a four tuple. That means CFG is made up of four things. If we call CFG as G is the grammar, then it is made up of four things: N, T, P, S, where N, capital N, is finite set of non-terminals. Many times this non-terminals is called variables also. Many times you can call them as variables. The second thing that CFG has is T, which is finite set of terminals. Actually, this terminals is nothing but sigma, which is the alphabet set given, and using this alphabet set, we can form our strings. This P is finite set of productions. Each production will be having some sort of LHS, arrow RHS. This is the notation of each production. And last thing, that is capital S written over here in the grammar, is start symbol of the grammar. This is like every DFA or NFA in the earlier chapters that we saw has a start state or initial state. Just like that, grammar also has a start symbol. I'm very sure that whatever I explained till now is not understood at all. This is what happens to everyone. It happened to me also. What is this all about? NTPS, and what are we talking about? Which grammar are we talking about? So the examples are going to speak enough. Now let's see an example one. Now notice a few arrow symbols with left hand side and right hand side has been drawn here. Okay, this is a CFG, context free grammar. Now I told you that context free grammar is made up of four things. If G is the grammar, then G is containing non-terminal, terminal, productions, and start symbol. Now, generally, or rather always you can say, non-terminals are always the capital letters. Capital letters that are written in the grammar are non-terminals or variables. So we can describe this CFG as this CFG has N, T, P, S, and N is set of non-terminals, and you can see that there is only one non-terminal in this entire grammar, capital S. Now T is set of terminals. In NTPS, T is set of terminals, and terminals is nothing but sigma, which makes a string in our particular language. And here it is very clear in the grammar that we have small a and small b. These are the terminal symbols. Well, epsilon doesn't come in the terminal symbol because epsilon means empty string. So T basically is set of terminals that make a string. Next comes P, which is set of productions. And you can see each entry written over here with LHS, arrow, RHS. Each entry written is called a production. So S, arrow, small a, capital S, B, and S, arrow, epsilon, both are productions over here. Many people call this production as rule also. You can say that there are two rules in this grammar, or you can say there are two productions in this grammar. Then P can be written as set of productions, where the first production is S, arrow, ASB, and the second production is S, arrow, epsilon. This is a set of productions. And finally, the start symbol of this grammar is capital S. Now, always remember that the start symbol is the capital alphabet or capital letter written on the top left corner of your CFG. So the top left corner over here on the left hand side is this letter S. So S is the start symbol of this grammar. All right, before we move ahead, you just see, I'm sure again that you have not understood what is the meaning of this grammar. But we were just reading the grammar and we were trying to relate this grammar with the definition. What are non-terminals, what are terminals, what is productions, and what is start symbol. Now, observe one thing over here, that if you take each production over here, look at the each production. In every production, the rule is whenever you write some LHS, arrow RHS, this is production. Now, whenever you write a production, the rule is that the left hand side of the production can be only a single non-terminal. Just check my words. Left hand side of a production, that is before this arrow, what you can write is single non-terminal, and non-terminal is a capital letter. So you can have something like S derives A S B, something like this. You watch the RHS. The RHS of a production can be any combination of terminal, both these are terminals and non-terminals. When I mean any combination, these terminals and non-terminals can appear in any order and any number of times on the right hand side of the production. Just remember this. So a production of this form is not according to the rules of CFG. This won't be accepted. Like ASB derives S, wrong. Check the left hand side. Left hand side is not perfectly a non-terminal. It should be a single non-terminal. And right hand side can be any combination of terminal, non-terminal, and any number of terminals and non-terminals. Okay, remember this. Let's see example 2. Just to understand this definition of CFG, CFG is a 4-tuple NTPS. So we are trying to read this. If this is the grammar given, so what are the non-terminals here? Yes, capital letters S, A, B. 3 non-terminals are there. So you can see this, that N is the non-terminal and it is set of non-terminals containing capital S, A and B. What about terminals? We have terminals here as small letters A, B, C and D. So this small A, B, C, D is going to form our strings of the language. So that's the terminal T, which contains A, B, C, D. And obviously, all these things given are productions. This is production 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or you can say rules. 5 rules have been given, and that forms the set of productions, P set of productions separated by comma. And finally, who is the start symbol? Yes, the start symbol over here is the top left corner of the production, that is S. So I hope you are understanding. What if I write some arbitrary, just one grammar I am writing on empty slate? You just make out what does this mean. Okay. Suppose if I write E derives, let's say E derives E plus T. Just don't worry about what this means. And then E derives T, then T derives T multiplied by F, and then T derives F, and then F derives ID. Now note, this is the CFG given. Again, don't think of meaning of this. We are just trying to read CFG and trying to understand that if G is defined as NTPS, then what are these elements? Now clearly N is capital E, correct? Capital letters, these are variables. E, T, then F. These are the 3 non-terminals. What about terminals? Now terminals clearly over here are plus, then asterisk and ID. Please try to understand. This ID is a terminal here because it's so easy. Why it is not a variable or a non-terminal? Why ID is not a variable? ID doesn't derive anything. There is no such production. Correct? Only variables can be replaced by something. Please try to understand. So F is a variable, T is a variable. which can appear on the left hand side of a production. Okay. Now, what about the productions? These are the productions, isn't it? E derives E plus T, first production. There's no sense in writing this again, but this is the first production. Then the second one is E derives T. So the next production is T derives T into F, then T derives F, and F derives ID, isn't it? And this is the production set. And finally, who is the start symbol here? Come on, come on. Who is the start symbol? Yes, E is the start symbol. You watch this E, which is there in the first production over here on the top left corner, will be the start symbol. I hope you are understanding how to read the specifications given in the CFG. So very quickly make out if this CFG is given, then if this is G containing non-terminal, terminal productions and start symbol, then N here clearly is S. Only one capital letter, isn't it? The variable is only S. What about terminals? I hope you made out there are open bracket and close bracket. Well, epsilon won't be counted. Epsilon means empty string. It won't be counted in the terminal string. And what about the productions? Yes, there are three productions. Production 1, 2, and 3, which go in this P set. P is the set of productions. And the start symbol clearly is this capital S, which is written on the top left corner of the very first production. So start symbol is S. I hope you have understood what is the first of all meaning of NTPS. Now further meaning of NTPS will be understood in our next video, where I will tell you what is this all about by explaining derivation of a string from context free grammar. Thank you very much.